Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Abeer's Book Reviews, and today we will be reviewing this book, Modi at 20 Dreams Meet Delivery. So, first off, I know this video is coming out after a very long time, and that is because I had my exams going on and a bunch of other school stuff which I was involved with. So, I didn't quite get the time, but now we're back to the weekly series once again. So, this is the book right here, and it's not by a single author, it's actually a compilation of a bunch of short notes by several different people, not necessarily who are authors, but just people who are very involved with India and the politics and the development. So, this book is basically an ode to the current Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who has completed about 20 years consecutively holding an official government office. So I have made notes for this book because it is quite an interesting one, so I'll just pull them up real quick. There we go. Okay. So this book has several different sections. As you can see, if I just show you real quick. See, there you go. Section 1, Section 2, and then there are sections of this book, and each section focuses on a different part of the Modi administration. Okay, so let's get started. The first one is the People First section, and in it, the main things which are talked about are Modi being a youth icon. So, being connected with the youth isn't just about being the same age, it's about having the main thing in common with the youth, which is that burning fire in your stomach to make everything happen. And many people term this as the Hoga Kaise Nahi or How Won't It Happen philosophy, and this drives both of the youth and the Prime Minister. And digitization has also been a major player in the popularity of Modi among the new generation, and this digitization is a recurring theme in this book. So you'll be seeing a lot of that. So the next thing is about women empowerment. So Prime Minister Modi has been described as the biggest harbinger of women empowerment in recent times. There are several schemes and policies which have been introduced to benefit women, and they are majorly changed the lives of rural women and young girls. And these include examples of more girls going to school, having more access to jobs, becoming independent by, having a separate bank account, and a lot of that kind of stuff. The next thing is the people centric approach. So, the Prime Minister has always kept people at the forefront in coming up with a resolution for every socio-economic problem. This has also had a huge positive impact on the lives of the poor and women. The idea of changing the nation and the people at the same time to become modern and all-inclusive society is represented time and time again by Modi. The best example is the Jan Dhan Yojana, which has given bank accounts to millions of people across the entire nation. The Unified Payment Interface, or the UPI, is so good that it is even recommended by Google to the United States government. So that is basically it about the first chapter, or the first section, I should say. Now, moving on to the second one, it is politics of unity and development. So, again, three main parts, which is the first one being cultural change. Now, ever since Narendra Modi has governed India, the country has seen many positive changes in its culture and heritage. Some people even call it the revival of the Indian heritage. And the biggest example comes in the form of construction of the Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir in Ayodhya. And there are other acts such as integrating Kashmir into the Indian state and promoting religious and caste equality, which have set the bar high for the successor, which many people believe to be Narendra Modi himself going for the third term. But other than that, he has also done a lot for the individual communities of Muslims, Christians, and the minority communities who don't get as much attention by the government. Modi has also had a significant hand in spreading this culture to foreign countries, where earlier readers were, in some ways ashamed of doing so. They were ashamed of their culture, but Modi has taken it international. Next is democracy and hope. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the change maker which India has been seeking. People have seen many positive changes being implemented both at the national and also at the grassroots level. This again is a recurring theme in this book, which is that Narendra Modi focuses a lot on the grassroots level of governance rather than, going wide. He focuses on the individual people at the smaller levels in such a way that it benefits the country as a whole. That has been said a lot in this book, time and time again. And the grassroots level thing is something which he's able to understand because he has seen the problems of the people at the bottom tiers of government since he was the chief minister of Gujarat for quite some time. And while he was the CM of Gujarat, Modi would visit the people who were being ignored by the local governments, and he administered change for their positive upliftment. His new and innovative way of recruiting party members into states where they were struggling is what led the BJP to its meteoric rise across the nation. Lastly, changing elections and electioneering. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been a change maker ever since he became the CM and joined politics. Under his reign, the BJP has seen many electioneering techniques come to life which had either died off or had never been seen. The party took the most advantage of modern technology in their campaigns as opposed to a lot of the other big parties contesting at the national level. This includes the use of hologram technology to broadcast to multiple places at once, and also the resurgence of mass rallies as a means of gaining popularity. Once again, his concern towards the individual communities and cities instead of the states and centers has been a very big advantage point in making him so popular among, the local people. And lastly is the Jan Dhan, an economy for everyone. This, I think, is the main part of why Narendra Modi has become so famous because of the several economic changes which have been administered under his government. And this is also the last portion of the book which I took notes on because after that it just gets pretty repetitive and I didn't want to bore you with the stuff. So everything has been sort of summarized into this video. And lastly, let's talk about the Jan Dhan. And it basically talks about the economic developments under PM Modi. And this has 3 chapters, all of which, as I said, I have summarized together. So firstly, this section focuses a lot on JAM, J-A-M, which stands for Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and Mobile, which have been the driving factor of BJP and Modi. Again, the digitization which I talked about in the first section comes in again. And now almost every household has a bank account and an Aadhaar card. So Aadhaar is basically the national identity card in India. And these were all schemes that started during the Congress era, but they gained momentum and popularity only when the BJP came into power. That has been said in this book for a lot of schemes that Prime Minister Narendra Modi implemented. And the number of women having bank accounts has also seen a substantial rise, and hence women are becoming more and more independent. The impact has been seen during the COVID years by the transfer of funds by the government to help people with their rations. And while bank accounts and Aadhaar have been efforts by the government, the third part of the JAM trifecta, the mobile phones and connectivity, has been executed almost entirely by the private sector. So a few recognizable names like Jio and Airtel, who are basically big telecommunications giants in India, they have had a huge role in the digitization, and they were encouraged by several of Mr. Modi's schemes. And again, almost every Indian household now has a mobile or a smartphone. And again, during the COVID years, the importance of these mobile phones became very evident to a lot of people. Banking and identification have also gone digital, which is a huge milestone for a developing country. This section also talks about other developments, such as the reformed laws regarding farming, achieving the goal of making India free of open defecation, and educational reforms. And there is also one section of this book which talks about Modi's foreign policy, and I will be covering that in a later review. I think I'll just put that into a separate review where, because it is a pretty long and complex section, I don't think, to put it in this review, it would make it quite long. So I'll just do it next time. So yeah, that's basically it for the book review of Modi at 20, Dreams Meet Delivery. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new and haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel to keep receiving more videos like this one. I have been Abeer Rao, and thanks for watching.